It's you've been getting
So one video is good, right? And then, and I don't know if we can time it right, but we need to have an engineer have a bunch of different pieces there. Or, so they're about to cut the ribbon.
Watch the cord.
Sophia,
try to straddle that cord just so that kind of either to make sure people don't
Do you want him to go to our left? Why don't you two switch?
Yeah, move the camera back a little. Just watch.
Okay, no problem. I'm moving. Christina, is it okay if I put right here, David Father. Okay.
So, David, do you want all the volunteers on the side?
No, I'm gonna thank the volunteers. This is just the speaker.
Okay,
Now, hold on a second. Should we just put this while we're up here talking? The volunteers are working.
yeah.
Where are the volunteers? Oh, they're working.
Volunteers, do you want to go behind the scenes
Good,
and
we trained
be
them well.
really quiet? Volunteers
Get back to
behind
work.
the scenes or quiet?
All this photo op stuff. We're here to work.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
That's wonderful. That's great.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Please, do you want us to see from where we're at?
Yeah.
Everyone, if you want to
There.
passing out the
That's right. Push them. Push
I'm
them
going
in.
to
I
towards
need
the
you
center
to
so that we
switch,
can
though,
see you.
because I've gotta turn.
And I want you as yes. You're good. You're ready to roll. Just a little, so that we get a nice shot. But I can't. Oh, I'm not walking.
I don't know if we can go, but I might be walking that way.
That's what you do. Oh, trip. All right, and we'll be. I got a little of it earlier, but and then I passed it on to him. No. I don't know. What's he doing?
Give me a high five.
Test, test, test.
They're
Really impressive.
Thank you.
That is not easy.
It's not. Oh my God.
It's cool. It's cool that you can do it all.
Are we ready?
Yeah. All right.
And you can stay in front of me a little bit here too.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and start. Thank you everybody for coming to this very small, very short ceremony to formally inaugurate the Highlands Urban Garden and to thank our donors and our volunteers. It's going to be short. I'm going to make a few background comments. I am Carol Fuller. I am the coordinator for Open Space Livability 22202. On my left is my partner from the Friends of Urban Agriculture, David Sachs. On my right is Libby Garvey, a member of the county board. And on her right over there, David Farner, who is representing the Department of Parks and Recreation, one of our partners who authorized this. And on my left, our biggest financial donor, Tracy Gabriel from the BID. And behind me, there are a number of volunteers. We're going to thank very shortly. But very, very briefly, just to give you the origins of all of this, this plot was an idea that came out of Livability 22202, which is basically a loose association of the 3 civic associations in the zip code for 22202. Back in 2019, we got together and through a series of workshops, we created a framework and an action plan for holistic approaches to the build-out of our area because we knew development was coming. And we published our first report and action plan in December of 2019. In February 2020, we had an open space working group because this was one of our main areas for sustainable, for environmental sustainability. And following that, we did a report in December of 2020, and we continued going on beyond that with ideas because one of the focal points for that workshop was Virginia Highlands Park, where we're standing right now. The idea was to revitalize you see around here, you see a lot of bare ground and underutilized space at this point. Because there was no money for a master park plan, we came up with our own ideas. So in June, we got together with the Friends of Urban Agriculture and came up with the idea for an urban garden that would be a pilot project. And in September, with the permission of the county, we started laying down the groundwork. And with that, I turn it over to my partner, David Sachs.
Thanks, Carol, Libby, David, and Tracy. Thank you as well. This is an exciting day. We're here to celebrate that not only is this garden here, we've built it, we've installed it, but these ideas are possible. And it's ideas like this that are going to be a critical component of building a livable, sustainable Arlington into this century. So we're just so excited, to really celebrate the work that these incredible volunteers back here have done. It really wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for them. But this is an example, a demonstration of neighbors feeding neighbors, of neighbors building something where there wasn't before, of taking a chance and putting in the hard work. Sign up, show up, and you do the work, and now we've got something to really be proud of. And the measurable impact that we can see in the community is far more than just the pounds of food that are being donated to local pantries. We're growing more than just vegetables. And it's just an honor to be here. It's an honor to be part of this project. And to get an opportunity to work with these amazing volunteers, to have this sort of transformative effect in our community. It's a lot to be proud of. And Libby, thank you very much for your strong support and leadership. Maybe I'll pass the mic over to you.
Thank you, and I'll just build on what you said. We're building more than a garden here. We're continuing to build a community. And I think we're also a model. This isn't just for Arlington, it's for the region to show what you can do in an urban environment, and I think for the world. There are other places in the world that are doing this sort of thing, and in fact, if we're going to survive in this era of severe weather events and climate change, we've got to be doing many more things that actually manage to make us survive very well just here with ourselves. We're not going to be an island, we're going to stay connected, but we need to be able to grow our own food as much as possible. We need to be able to get outside, we need to be able to come together and build a community. And this really is all about sustainability and equity. This helps the plot against hunger. I think I may be hiding the sign right here. This is just telling you that the food that's grown here is going to get good, healthy food for people who are food insecure and need the extra food right here. So I'm delighted to be here. I want to thank all the volunteers. You guys make it happen. We're all out here talking on camera, but you're the ones who make it happen. As well as our hardworking staff. Thank you, David, for everything Parks and Rec is doing. And your leadership, the Livability 202, I mean, are you realizing they've started way back? It's been like a number of years, and all of a sudden, with California on fire, Florida going underwater, and everything else happening in the world, this is looking more and more like, oh my gosh, this is what we need to be doing. And we've been doing it for a while. So thank you all for coming. Thank you so much for your work. I'm delighted to be here, and I can't wait to see this garden grow.
Thank you, Libby, very much. Just briefly, I would like to thank our donors and our volunteers. We've had some individual donors. I don't see either one of them here, but I know Brian Harner and Maggie Getman were the first people to provide us financial support for this whole thing. Then we have also had a lot of support from Marymount University, and I was hoping that Dr. Agolini would be here today. I do not see her, but she and her students raised a lot of the seedlings that we used to go into the garden as well. We also had a number of other people who came in. Our donors have been providing over 433 hours of volunteer service, almost $12,000 worth of labor hours because of that number of hours that went into this whole process. And we have produced over 100 pounds so far of produce for various charitable organizations. We have given to APAC, the Arlington Food Assistance Center. We have given to Our Lady Queen of Peace Catholic Church. We have given to who's waving in the background over there. We have given also to
Rock Spring Church.
Rock Spring Church, which does a produce drop-off for that. And I'm sure we'll find other places that we will do this. But we could not have done this without our volunteers and also with the major financial support from the National Land and Business Improvement District. And I've invited Tracy to be up here for a minute because this whole project is only about $6,400. It's not expensive to do something like this, and the major work went into starting it. But let me pass the mic to Tracy and let her say a couple words of thanks.
Thank you, Carol. I wish you could smell the wafting of this amazing basil
Yes,
behind
I'm smelling the basil.
It's just intoxicating. It's wonderful.
That's my cologne.
Thank you. On behalf of the National Land and Business Improvement District, we're so happy you could join us here today to celebrate this amazing milestone for H.U.G. It wouldn't be possible without the dedication of these volunteers and our other donors that have come to the table. And I also want to thank County Board member Libby Garvey. It is wonderful to have her here today. I think it speaks to how important community building and equity is to Arlington County. This is such a wonderful demonstration project of that. And for the bid, we are so happy to put our funding behind this project because it shows what we can do when we focus on community building and activating an underutilized space to achieve a goal, which is really impacting food insecurity. And so thrilled about this harvest today and what we can accomplish together for social impact. Thank you.
Okay, before we go to the official ribbon cutting, which is actually a string, which is more appropriate at this point, and to the harvest, I just wanted to thank the county because they were also a donor, not only giving us permission, they gave us a whole pile of wood chips. You can still see some of the pile there on the ground. They gave us a big box that's over there so that we could put our tools in, and they allow us to use the water to irrigate the whole thing. So without that support, again, we would not have been able to do this. And at this point, I think I didn't mention also the Rotary has promised us additional finance. I don't know if there's a representative here today. Somebody was going to come, but we haven't gotten the check yet, but we know that's going to help us move forward with this as well. So with that, I want to pass the microphone back. We are going to officially cut the tree, which is behind me, and then we're going to do the harvest. So let me give this microphone back. Thank you.
Hi, volunteers. We're doing a string cut.
Okay.
So when we cut the string, we're going to celebrate.
Yeah,
Let's do a countdown on 3. Carol, on 3. Ready?
Yeah. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. So we're now on to harvest.
All right, let's just do one stage shot of all the speakers.
I should have said what we were. We got enough volunteers for this harvest, right? It's way back. I forgot it. Yeah, I can harvest for a bit.
Yeah, let Tracy go behind.
All right, volunteers.
All right. Make sure you gotta get a full up.
Put your hands facing the cameras. Smile with your eyes.
Smile with your eyes. That's a good one. All right.
Okay.
Well, we want join us for.
Yeah, go get your bags.
We've got some compostable bags.
Yeah, you can just follow
So
them.
good tomatoes. Willing to get in there?
Oh, cool.
Okay. Go ahead.
Did you get?
What do you think, Mrs. Ma'am? Do you remember when we helped put up the fence? She's been free.
Hi there.
They had it, they fixed it up.
Hey, my name's Alistair. We've been on many Highlands.
Sure. Sure, no problem.
Sure.
Hi, welcome. This is a really exciting day for us because we are inaugurating our Highlands Urban Garden that we've been working on now for over a year.
Okay.
And the harvest that we have today is really great. If you take a close-up of that, you will see that we have peppers, we have tomatoes, we have two kinds of basil, we have parsley, we have flowers, we have beans on the poles, we have bush beans. This is all great for the Plot Against Hunger that we are donating so much of this, and it's all because of our volunteers and the donors who stepped forward to help us get this started, and it's a great partnership between Livability 22202 and the Friends of Urban Agriculture. Thank you all.
Libby, you've got your eye on something. That's what you're getting.
Tomatoes.
And you can see that the tomatoes are planted with basil and nasturtium. And the idea is that the basil and nasturtium are companion. They feed the soil and are beneficial to the tomatoes, keeping the plants healthier and the microorganisms in the soil healthier as well.
So that's why you eat basil.
That's right, it improves the flavor. It's almost like you're going through it in your shop. Now, one other thing, if you look at their, they are certainly. And if you look at the size of the tomatoes, well, you know, we could be out here growing these great big beefsteak tomatoes, but instead, if you grow these smaller tomatoes, they're still suitable. They're better suited for packaging, for distribution to pantries. And if nature, if a bird comes along and decides it wants to peck on I'll get to take one. It's okay. It's not going to destroy the whole thing, you know?
Yep.
How
Can I
frustrating
get some
is
of
it
these
to
bigger
go through
ones?
the trouble?
Some of these are like.
One or two there, that's right.
Awesome.
When they fall off.
So this will be on the scoop.
That's right.
This is mostly online, right?
Yes, we have
And these two varieties, there's a cherry tomato, and then these are German lunchbox tomatoes. Lunchbox tomatoes.
You say that in German?
I wish I could.
Maybe we'll get it.
I'll have to find out how to say it. My daughter lives in Germany.
Oh, well, you're doing all right with the flooding.
Yeah, they're in
I mean, how now we're getting these news cycles, these stories every week. Every week. That's right, we're coming through.
Oh, yeah. And then don't forget underneath them, yeah. It makes it much easier. The hardest part is when you have a green tomato. That's the green.
Well, I've got these Brad's Atomic Grape tomato, the purple ones.
Oh, yeah,
Purple and green.
yeah.
I can't figure out when they're right.
I know, yeah.
I keep waiting and waiting. They're still
You just
tart.
have to keep twisting them, baby.
That's it. That's it. But they're so tart.
This is so great. So great.
And then these are ones that.
Oh, what? So a soundbite of somebody saying this is so great, it's a bad thing?
I just got interviewed.
You got interviewed? Good for you.
For Queen of Peace because we use the food
Yes.
for our
Yes.
feedback.
Yeah, Emily.
We were having
Our Lady Queen of Peace, right?
we were having like, I don't know, 100, 200 people coming a week, and then when COVID kicked in,
Libby, this gentleman here is from Our Lady Queen of Peace.
I actually behind it.
thanks for all your work. And, I'm a big friend of
Oh yeah, guys.
This is so exciting to have this in our neighborhood. This is great because it's a
Well,
great.
keep telling your story. Let's
Very
keep coming
cool.
on down to the
Yeah.
It's
end.
very cool. No, I love the whole urban agriculture.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Tell them about the families that you're.
So we had about 100, 200 families coming a week for the last few years, and then this last year it kicked up to get over 400, 500, 600 a week.
You might have to use that. Yeah. No, actually, this is starting to ferment.
Our
Not yet.
like our community which has a high ceiling.
And I come on past I'm sorry.
So
Our libraries became that. I mean, it's just what we we
it's
totally
perfect though.
repurposed.
It's perfect. It is wonderful. So this is great, and I'm just glad to see the unity between the community, the county, local businesses. It's fabulous. It is. It really is. It is. So thanks for your leadership in that. Oh yeah. It is. That church has changed in the way I think about life. So
It's good. That's what church is supposed to do.
exactly.
So last week, I gleaned with Plot Against Hunger. Also, I'm on the Friends of Urban Ag board, but we brought the cucumbers and squash last week.
Well, for years we only had canned fruit and canned veggies, and now this is so great because now we can bring them fresh.
Yeah, so it's between this and between the gleaning, and it's
We have a little. Do you see our little on the corner of our pastor's houses across from the church?
look like
On the
pros in
little corner,
there.
We have a little garden now,
I
raised
saw that,
garden.
yeah,
So that's
yeah, I
our
saw
little
that.
contribution. You
That's
know?
so nice,
But,
yeah.
It should all get bigger, but we can do this in a million places in the county.
We can, and it was relatively easy to put together.
What?
Look at that bag, Tracy.
Yeah, because we didn't. This was no dig,
Yeah.
so we just
Yeah.
kind of laid it out, and
Maybe a little bit of soil, a couple cans.
that's pretty much it.
You
Yeah,
just slice them up and put them in. Yeah.
that's pretty much
I'm
it.
assuming those don't come that small, right?
What?
Those the metal.
They sure do.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. So they
They're
come
designed
in.
for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're like fire rings.
Yeah.
So they actually
Repurposed.
come three in a package.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
each one's a little bit smaller than the next, and
Okay, I
they
got
fit
you.
together.
And y'all spray painted them.
No, we didn't. This
Oh.
is how they come. They're galvanized tanks.
Just the ends. Look at the spray paint the edge there.
That's it. I'm guessing that's where it's welded together.
Yes, exactly. So it wouldn't rust. That was smart because
Yeah.
if they don't, the fasteners. I do
Yeah.
construction restoration, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if you need help with some of this stuff,
I mean, that would be great if
You
you,
know
want
what
to
we
start
could do?
volunteering here. I mean,
we asked. I'm thinking about just to get asking for donations for wood. Good Lord, good luck with that, right? Or
No.
materials.
Definitely.
Bamboo's free. And
Well, yeah. So a neighbor donated the bamboo.
Okay.
It's invasive, and
Sure.
we cut it down. It's really strong.
But like
it's
the
lightweight.
netting and the
Yeah.
posts and the fasteners, because I have no trouble asking for help with something like this, and I'm sure they would want to do it.
Sure,
TW
sure.
Perry, which is now BMW or BWM, whatever it is.
But we got to weigh the tomatoes now.
Well, this is our ringleader,
Yeah, he's
David.
great. He's really good.
Yeah. So we started working on this, as Carol said, about a year plus ago. So
But once everyone said yes, it was boom. There it was, right?
well, I mean,
quite.
there was a lot of sweat equity that went into
Oh,
it.
I know
but,
that.
But yeah, pretty much. I mean, we had a great group of volunteers, and we put all this
these
together.
are the watering guys.
Yes. So let's take a look there.
So you have
Actually, you know what? Let's go around the back so I can.
Is there a feeder from the county?
So the county is allowing us to use water,
Because I
so
see it
that's
there. I
that's
see it.
part of their.
So they wired that for us.
No, this is actually part of the drip irrigation
Oh,
system.
okay. So this is no water in there. We have to bring hoses to fill those up.
Well, yeah, for right now that's what we're doing, but
Rain garden.
this is I mean, if you have access to gutters or anything, you can build a system.
Yeah, we should.
This is
talk about that.
and this is on a timer, so
Yes.
we
Okay, I
put
got
this
it.
irrigation in,
Perfect.
so it helps us with watering. We fill this up.
So that's Dave.
That's David.
So
Yeah,
we
David
need to talk
Sachs.
to David to figure out how we can do something with gutters to get because you
Sure.
can attach them to this. You could attach them to the tennis
Well,
fence, maybe.
we can't touch this.
Oh,
So
we have to ask the county?
yeah, so
will
we
ask,
didn't.
of course, with permission.
Yeah, no, we can't do that.
Okay. I don't know how we figure it out. That's not my buddy's an environmental engineer. I can ask him.
Sure.
And we don't want to put a roof over it. Although, what if we put a clear roof over it?
I wouldn't. I don't know why you would. Why would you want
We
to
wouldn't
do
want to do that because the roof would stop the rain. Okay, so we go to the building over there, the high rise that has a flat roof, and we take the water off that. This is beautiful.
Yeah, and the flowers are just as important.
I play tennis here.
Oh,
I love
okay.
it. And so I said,
You've been watching it grow.
I'm into the beauty. I love it. No, we need more flowers. my buddy did the same thing. He said, you need to put flowers in your garden. I said, what do you mean? It makes it pretty and a growth.
Yeah.
And I'd never thought of it.
It attracts pollinators because they want to come.
Oh, that's yeah.
They want to come for these flowers, but these plants have flowers also.
Oh, I see.
So you see this guy flying around here, and
Yep.
he'll eventually go to the tomatoes, and he'll go to the beans.
So
and
okay.
You just want to give them all kinds of food.
When I was a kid, there wasn't a bee shortage. Now there is.
Yeah.
Make it 0.5. Now let's put them together, yeah.
It is really fun.
Oh, let me see.
That's awesome.
Voila.
How much did we get? Pound of tomatoes.
All right, ladies.
That's great.
Yum, yum, yum.
Thank you for.
Thank you.
This was great.
Yeah,
This is
great. All right,
This
let's
is,
put
you
the-
know, it's really a little bit much. People work for months, right? Digging and sweating and doing, and then I waltz in and pick a few tomatoes, and everybody makes a deal of it.
No. Let's not get it twisted. Every hour counts. Every pound counts.
So you're
Every calorie sweat off counts. It all counts towards this goal.
So you guys, we expect you to log into our volunteer hour system and put in your hats.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
That's a brilliant idea.
All right.
One of the ways that we're showing the impact of what we're doing here isn't just in the pounds of produce that were donated and that we're measuring and that we're just weighing out, but also in the hours that our volunteers are serving. So what we have here is a QR code that all of our volunteers, and you guys are our newest volunteers.
I will happy to do it.
Yeah, my camera's back there.
But you take, but the idea is you take a picture.
Even the littlest volunteers would like to get in the picture.
Very good, of course.
Yes, they would like to get in the picture.
Sure, of course. Well, we're going to have them harvest.
So you know, I was at the farmer's market yesterday, and they were selling fresh heirloom tomatoes for $5 an ounce. So that's $5 right there. No, I was at the farmer's market yesterday, and they were selling fresh heirloom tomatoes for $5 a pound. So that's $5 you got right there.
No sticks are allowed in the garden. Go and wash your hands so you can come and pick. Harvesters.
No, we want you right in front of Libby. Right next to Libby here. Yep. Picture first.
Okay, so I know this is a little bit to ask, but are you guys just to make sure.
Oh, no.
Don't get close to people.
Okay, so
Otherwise,
I 100% have the same opinion. Children, you got it.
yeah.
No, I agree. Got COVID after being vaccinated.
That's really good.
Yeah, I've got friends who are my age or younger who have like lasting months later repercussions. So
No, it's
we weren't playing with them. Like, just hurry up and let me give it to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think maybe by September, maybe not for the little ones. Yeah, they're getting there.
God, he's so
Yeah, I've got
cute.
some grandkids that need to get vaccinated. So.
He actually gave Okay, Isaiah, go stand next to mommy. Back up. We need to get the total right here. Oh my God, that is right here to stand. Who is it? Pretty right here.
Oh, I got lots of this one.
Picture of him washing his hands. Right there next to the
I got one of him washing his hands too.
Gotta rub them together.
Yeah, no, we got, we were, I want to say 2014 Green Business or Organization of the Year here. Back the daycare. I think it was 2014. And I left for 4 years, and now I have 2 more kids.
Yeah, you go get in the picture quickly.
Yes, I was going to grab you and let you
All
know.
right.
Just a minute. So exciting. Yes.
Oh, everybody in tight. Let's get some shots.
A little tighter.
Compliment to you guys.
Yeah, I know. Everybody in tight. Let's get some shots. Smiling, looking at the camera.
Smile, guys, eh?
That's beautiful.
That's smile for me, handsome. Show that dimple. They
over
love
here.
dimples
That's
here.
awesome.
Would you like my glasses?
He won't. All right, here's the picture. Here's the picture. Here it is, mommy. Mommy, look. Look.
Which one?
Oh, mommy, look.
That's actually
Oh,
really good.
baby, smile. Perfect. All right, wonderful. That's all.
Perfect.
They'll break down in the soil, and it will take them. They're made
I love your necklace too. Thank you. Thank you. That's really nice.
Understands
Yeah, no, really. I got my
all the stakeholders.
When are you planning on the story airing?
Tonight.
Oh, tonight. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I do communications for.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, for Friends of Urban Ag. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah. grab it, and then I guess it'll be online also.
It will be on localdvm.com, and I can give you my card, and
Sure,
if you
yeah,
want to shoot me an email, I can send it on over.
Great, yeah, that'll be super.
Okay, I'll grab that.
I hope it's like resilience. Like we have a greater understanding of how the immune system works. You know.
Hi.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm.
Drag the hose from
Yeah, I know that's been one of the problems. It's just the water, but yeah.
water. It works okay.
Mhm.
You know,
The scheme of things, that's not so bad.
right. And then it's like drip. It's drip irrigation. And then these rings are hollow on the bottom.
Oh, okay. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
Right. So the roots
not holding
go,
too much,
and then
yeah.
you shouldn't overwater it.
Mhm.
It'll just run out.
yeah.
Better for the plants too, because then they can just grow better. Have to negotiate the clay, which I'm
Sure. Yeah.
going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy's an ouch. Wow.
What was that?
Ah, I got stuck by a wood chip.
Oh, well, yeah.
Not a creature.
No, I thought I got stung, but it was a wood
Better,
chip.
yeah, right.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Are we doing flowers too?
Yeah, we can. Because I think there's some that are crowding some of the eggplant that I know, I need to.
we got it.
We got it.
There's always going to be another bean.
Yes, good.
Where would you like to eat lunch? Where do you want me to look? Yeah, here at the end. Okay. Ready? Okay, so Tracy Gabriel, Sophia Cummings, take one.
Come on over here, guys.
It is about community building, creating and utilizing space in our parks, all for the betterment and the social impact of our community.
There you go. Yep, that's our yellow wax bean.
There you go. Let's see if we can find any more beans hiding.
It looks like it's just
This year we're going to celebrate it. We're going to teach people about what we're doing with the hopes of building this support work. Why not do another one right here?
Yeah, you know what's nice about this in a way? So the garden pots we've got around the county, which are way cool, but they're kind of like almost sugar.
Yeah.
You know? And these are also kind of artistic.
Well, that was, Libby, I got to tell you, when I came here, actually with Emily was here day one when we were standing over here, and I saw the strip and I did a sketch.
Yep.
Yeah.
I drew a sketch. You know, it's turned out almost exactly like the sketch. And part of the biggest thing in my mind is always aesthetics.
Yeah.
I know that
I love
the
the zinnias.
The visual.
Well, the bees do too.
Oh, yeah.
Precisely. The reason why people think, oh, community gardens, I've seen, I'm a property owner, I don't want a community garden because it looks all overgrown.
Yeah.
It's brown and dead in winter.
Yeah.
We need to change that perception. And through the use of through just a purposeful design, repetition of design.
By season.
Well, last year we overwintered in cover crops just to establish the soil. Also to keep it alive in
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah.
This year we're going to do a mixture of cover crop, but also winter season extension. We're going to oop over and do some winter greens and showcase that you can grow over winter.
I saw an article about a woman in Nova Scotia. Just
Absolutely possible, and that's what this is about. Is showcasing different techniques from companion planting the flowers together with the vegetables to using the vertical trellising to go vertical in a small space to the drip irrigation so that the volunteers don't have to be out here every day with a hose. Reusing materials.
Does the drip go in? Is there a tube
Yeah, I'll
thing
show you.
collecting
I'll
them?
show
Yeah,
you.
let me see.
It's a neat system.
The neat thing is that it's all battery. It's all battery. It's
Oh, you do have a battery.
Battery
You have a-
powered,
you have a little
but it's
pump
just
thing.
no. It's just the battery.
Oh, I see the drip.
It opens this on a timer, and it's the
Go check it out.
weight of all this water that's put
and this is the dish.
Just pushing it out. And it's on a timer that just comes on once a day in the morning. Now we've tried a lot of this garden is comparison. It's testing A versus B. You know, from testing, if you do cover crop that is turned in versus cover crop that's laid on the top of the soil, you know, which does different. When we started the garden, do we lay it just the mulch straight on the grass, or do we do an underlayment of cardboard first? But this drip irrigation is an example where it just this half-inch line comes out, and then this little tiny quarter-inch line comes out, and it's got a drip emitter every 6 inches. And it just passively waters in the morning for an hour. The water soaks down into the roots where it's needed, as opposed to wasting the water by spraying it. We're saving literally tons of water because of the we're conserving.
Put in your report.
Well, we have.
I love the idea of water naturally coming down here
and that's intelligent, that's purposeful design, landscape design. I studied permaculture. And permaculture really starts at how we build livable systems that work for people, but also that work for the earth, and then design the system so that the bounty of whatever the end result of the system can be reinvested back in the system so that it's sustainable. This is just one example of this, but we can take what's learned here, take the patterns, the principles, and the concepts, and we can apply this in so many other areas. So it's really exciting. We've shown today it's possible. And as we do tomorrow, we're looking for opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got some first.
Yeah, the idea that herbs are going together. Well, part of the weeds is the fact that we've got volunteers out here. They're weeding. But also is that, look, no bare soil.
Right.
If you have which one here? Where? Oh my goodness. Well,
and that one there.
But maybe not.
But yeah, I'm not right, which is why I'm not going to pull it out.
Yeah, volunteer may have put that in there, but I don't think they did. I think right now this is scheduled to be in beans. But the idea is, even if it is a weed,
I love some of my
Sandy, do you want to maybe tell us what we have growing? Libby is one of our best volunteers here, putting in. I think you're among our top volunteers in terms of that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Really, she's out here doing the harvest.
I enjoy it.
So what do you see? What do you see when you look at this right now? What's jumping out at you?
The beans.
Yeah.
The beans, the basil. That is
the romaine.
Yeah.
The end of the romaine.
Yeah, I was thinking it was cabbage almost. There you go.
Right,
Yeah.
or bok choy. We have a lot of bok choy.
Well, bok choy is great. So the beans are not here. We just got the blossoms so far, right?
Right. Well, we've had a lot in the past.
You had some?
And so maybe that's what the deal is that we've had so many that we've...
They're on a second crop now.
They're on a second.
Yeah, well, they certainly got a lot of blossoms, so that's a good sign.
That is.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And this is great too for people apartment living who
Mm-hmm.
miss their old garden.
Right.
Yes.
Because I live in a high-rise. So
That's a plus for me also.
we
Yep.
have a
For sure.
I assume you want to take out these.
No.
Just on the ground. Not in the barrel. Thank you much.
Well, Carol, we've got a lot to be proud of.
You have a garden?
I have horse. My daughter has a very huge backyard.
I told David about that too.
But she also has 2 children, a dog, and a job.
I know it. You know it. We love it.
David is always on, so
I'm always switched.
I'm never worried about.
I tell you, I got my weekends, my time off is between like 10 and 1 in the afternoon on Tuesdays. That's my day off. In that little window. Other than that, get back to work. And something's eating these beans up. How interesting that there's something is. And you took a picture. They took a picture of those little beetles.
The roof like he's supposed to be doing, so it's and that hasn't fixed my.
Well, I'm wondering what's. Oh, he's got some beans. He's got some beans. Very cool.
You've got some beans too.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm looking for that.
Yeah, this one. So those
there's something called American
Okay, everyone, thank you for joining us here to officially kick off the H.U.G, and we'll see you soon.